On the 15th, the second day of Pastor Ock Soo Park's evangelism tour in Israel, Pastor Ock Soo Park visited the Knesset, the highest authority department in Israel, and had a meeting with its members, followed by a meeting with the head of the Ministry of Education, meeting with Israel's highest rabbi, evening Bible conference, and a personal interview during the schedule. Among them, the meeting with Israel's highest rabbi, Jonah, took place on the afternoon of the 15th in Tel Aviv, the capital of Israel. The Supreme Rabbi is the highest-ranking rabbi in Israel among rabbis who are treated as good religious leaders. As a person not easy to meet, Rabbi Jonah willingly accepted the interview after being introduced to Pastor Ock Soo Park, who was active around the world and wrote many religious books. The conversation, which started lightly as a chat about Korean automobiles, was followed by an introduction to youth mind education. The rabbi agreed that mind education, emphasizing deep thinking, is good education. Pastor Ock Soo Park then brought up the story of the law, along with the ways of forgiveness of sins found in the Bible and the sacrificial law in the Old Testament. He explained the purpose of the law, saying that God gave the law to humans not to keep it, but to show compassion and mercy to people who could not keep it. The rabbis answered that they were given the law wanting to do whatever they could, but were not able to keep it perfectly. Pastor Park explained again that God had put the law in the Ark of the Covenant in order to have mercy on humans so that we could not see it.
That's why God wanted to establish a law that is not of the law. Why? Because as long as there is the commandments, that's why on the tablets of stone, the 10 commandments, God placed it inside of the ark and closed the lid. Don't look at it. The angel stretching its wings to cover the lid. Because if you look at the law, you're going to get cursed. Don't look at the law. But the people of Beth Shemesh, they opened up the ark. Because of that, 50,070 people died. Why? God did not want man to look at the law. You are unable to keep the law. Don't try to keep the law.
Then dinner was prepared, and the Gracias choir performed Hebrew songs and Korean traditional songs. As the meal progressed, Pastor Ock Soo Park invited him to the World Camp in Korea in July, and the rabbi gladly answered that he would like to attend. Also, the rabbi introduced that Thursday, the 17th, is Purim, one of Israel's festivals. However, he was surprised by Pastor Ock Soo Park's reply that he was well aware of Purim through the Bible and that he was preparing a concert to commemorate the feast of Purim that evening. After eating, the conversation resumed with Exodus chapter 25 verse 21, telling us to cover the Ark of the Covenant and put the tablets of the law. The rabbi said it was the first time he had ever seen such a verse in the Bible, and he reconfirmed it with the Hebrew Bible. Pastor Park reaffirmed the heart of God that he did not want the Israelites to see the law. And lastly, he explained that God had given a new covenant through the words in Jeremiah chapter 31.
Each time you sin, people died. And then in chapter 31, God says, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. New covenant. The 10 commandments. This one is law. But this is the law of sin and death. When you come to the 10 commandments, you, me, we all become sinners. It brings us destruction. That's why God, He established a new covenant. I want to give you mercy. I want to give you compassion without law. Was recorded on the tablets of stone. But Jesus, through writing on the ground with his finger, he gave us the new covenant. For I will forgive their iniquity. I will remember your sin no more. I accepted the new covenant as mine. Even though I committed sins, God said to me, I will forgive your iniquity. I remember your sins no more, saith the Lord.
The rabbi answered, yes, I agree to Pastor Ock Soo Park's explanation, saying that he would like to have more time to talk about the Bible like this in Korea or anywhere soon.
Like I said before, and when I realized this, I was filled with joy. Yes, my sins are forgiven. God does not condemn me.
I understand this.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Afterward, the meeting ended with a certificate of appreciation and a gift to express gratitude for Pastor Ock Soo Park's visit to Israel.
Thank you very much. I was very impressed about the meeting with the Pastor Park. He's a very, very special pastor. He knows a lot, a very intelligent pastor. And I enjoyed to sit with him and to share with him ideas about the Bible, about education, about the future, yes. And I'm sure that in the future we will meet once more and we will do the best to be deep more our relationship. We start today in Israel and it will continue, can be in Seoul or in every place in the world.
In the evening, the second session of the Bible conference was held. Pastor Minchol Lim, the General President of Good News Mission, expressed his gratitude for being able to testify to the gospel of righteousness in Israel through the opening prayer. Pastor Ock Soo Park explained the formula of faith in 2 Kings chapter 7 through the story of the 4 lepers who went to the Syrian camp. He said, if you add faith to the knowledge of the word, works will happen.
Shalom לכולם מישראל. אני עכשיו שמעתי פסטור אוק סו פארק. אנחנו שמחים שהוא הגיע בישראל. עכשיו שמענו, היה מרגישה יותר טוב. שמחים שפה אנשים לא יודעים איסוס, אבל תודה רבה שהגיעו. הרבה זמן אנחנו מחכים לו, אבל הוא הגיע עכשיו. שמחים. אני חושבת שהרבה אנשים יכול לראות, לקבל אלוהים. מאמינה שהכל אנשים בישראל יכול להיות לקבל ישוע.
Like the disciples who asked the risen Jesus, when will Israel be freed from Roman oppression, Jews are still waiting for the Messiah to strengthen Israel as a nation. To such people, Pastor Ock Soo Park's missionary trip to Israel is a step to convey the gospel of Jesus Christ, the true Messiah, who has already forgiven all sins of mankind 2,000 years ago. This is Good News TV, Angel Jewel Vanguardia.